What's up guys, Techmaster back with another video. So today I'm going to be going over kind of some reasons why the iPhone 16e isn't really worth it in this day and age. So this phone came out earlier this year. It it got redesigned with kind of the iPhone 14 screen, an aluminum body, a single camera, and it looks like a decent phone on paper. It has Apple Intelligence, but it's $599. And yeah, now that the iPhone 17s are out and the 16 still offered and all that, like this phone just sits really weird in the lineup. Don't get me wrong, it's not like the worst phone ever, but just for the price, I feel like it's not the best. So we kind of go to the compare heads. So we have all the iPhone 17s, like the Air, the regular, the Pro, the 16, and all that. But you know, for the price, it just doesn't seem like it's the best phone, especially since older flagships have gone down in price. So this phone is $599. It has the iPhone 14 display. It seems like it's an okay screen on paper. Like the iPhone SEs are totally different. Like the iPhone SEs have these home buttons and stuff. So on paper, it seems really so much better. But this display technology is about 4 years old now. It started with the 13s, and compared to the 17s, it's not even close. Even compared to the 16 Pro, it's not even close. The iPhone 16, and 17 Pro have ProMotion, always on, dynamic island, larger screens with much slimmer bezels, and all sorts of stuff. And yeah, like even the 16 Pro, which I personally own, has a much better display than the 16e. And yeah, and then kind of going through some of the other things, it has the action button, it's got aluminum, all that kind of thing, and it has the newest Apple Silicon too. Or not the newest Apple Silicon, but the previous Apple Silicon, so A18. They did disable a GPU core, so it's got a 4-core GPU instead of 5 on like the 16 and stuff. One major pro for this device is battery life. This battery life has been very good. It's like on par with the 16 Pro, if not better. They kind of have the same, front camera and stuff. And then one place where this phone really sacrifices, especially for the price, is the camera. Don't get me wrong, it's a 48 megapixel, and it can shoot the same mode as the older iPhone 15 and that kind of thing. But it's a smaller sensor, it's only one camera. You can manually zoom to 10x, but it's just like something to keep in mind, especially for other Androids are much cheaper and have much better cameras than this. So that's one con. Obviously, Apple Intelligence, slow USB-C port, that's not too bad for some people. It also doesn't have MagSafe, so it only supports up to 7.5 watts of wire charging. And then here's kind of the storage breakdown, that kind of thing. So yeah, but the main problem is that I feel like it's just the price of this phone. Now, don't get me wrong, if you get this phone for like free from like a smaller carrier or something, then don't get me wrong, that's a good buy. But I think especially from Apple at $599, this phone does not sit well, especially since if you spec it up, it's like almost a full-on flagship phone price. Like a 512 gig version is $899, and like let's be real, the 17 Pro for that same storage is like $300 more. And yeah, on paper $300 is a lot, but the value you're getting is undeniably better. Like it is better in every single way. So paying an extra $300 makes so much more sense for this phone than getting like a 16e maxed out. And also, the 16 Pro has gone down significantly in price. Like if we go to Amazon, I'm kind of like screaming. I don't know. Sorry, that's just kind of some film cameras I was looking at. So if we go to the iPhone 16 Pro on Amazon, these phones have gone down significantly. So now here's one for $734, 794. Ooh, wow, 678. This one's locked to T-Mobile, but still. Either way, these phones have gone down significantly. So, and the 16 Pro for the price is significantly better than the SE or the 16e. Like this phone, because the 17 Pro's out, and obviously no one's going to be upgraded to the 17 Pro. This phone is such a good buy down, the 16 Pro, and again, even the 15 Pro is a significantly better buy. And this thing is going to be like $400, $500, $400, some $50 or something. Even that is already a significantly better phone than the 16e, because it's got Apple Intelligence, it's got kind of similar battery life, a 17 Pro chip with more GPU cores, and Apple Intelligence, triple cameras, basically same screen as the 16 Pro. Like this phone just doesn't sit well, considering you could buy all these flagship iPhone 15 and 16 Pro, which are such amazing phones, for like the same price as getting this one. So that's kind of the reason why I wouldn't buy the 16e. It just doesn't sit well in the lineup, And even phones like the new iPhone 17 just came out, and it's got the same screen as the 15 Pro or 16 Pro, I mean, with the same 6.3-inch screen. It's got double the storage too. Because also, like, this phone doesn't start in any higher storage because it came out before they, made 256 the standard. So that's the other thing is like the 17 Pro or the 17 is only like $200 more, and you get double the storage too. So yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't sit well in 2025 for the price. Now, again, as I said, from a carrier, if you're just getting your first phone, you're upgrading from a really old iPhone SE, like the 2020 version, you get this free, like that's not bad. But I think buying this phone, especially, new from Apple, just doesn't really make a lot of sense. Even if you get it, I mean, if you get it refurbished, that's actually not a bad idea because, to be fair, it's not really going to have any compromises because, like, this phone came out earlier this year, and so it's going to go down in price. And even if you get it refurbished, the battery life is still going to be really good because this phone's, like, still a new phone. It came out only, like, 6 months ago. So you're not really going to have any battery issues or anything like that. So if you buy this phone discounted too, I'd probably rather do that too. Anyway, guys, that kind of covers up this video. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, if you guys own this phone, let me know down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.